Oh, this guy gave my chalk slogan a second look. Unitarian clergy abuse is not important?
I'm sorry, we don't have time for this.
Oh, you don't have time for protest against Unitarian Universalist clergy abuse and Unitarian Universalist cover-up and denial. Oh yes, wallow in willful ignorance, bury your head in the sand, sing a little song. Yes.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, have a nice day. Oh yes, the nice Unitarians. The nice, what's that?
Come on, Mom, let's go.
Did you say we all have clergy abuse, don't we?
Let's go, Mom.
You're right, but not every religion misuses blasphemy law to cover up and deny pedophilia and rape. So yeah, you can just bury your head in the sand, wallow in willful ignorance.
So can you.
I'm just telling the truth. You know, sometimes the truth is less than polite. You know, what would you like me to say? You know, you're obviously not engaging.
That would be a good thing to do.
Yes, you'd like me to shut up. Well, see, unfortunately, we have this thing called free speech in Canada, and we have this thing called peaceful public protest in Canada.
The right not to listen.
Yes, you have the right not to listen. You have the right to wallow in willful ignorance and psychological denial, like most of the other members of this church. To say nothing of the rest of the Unitarian Universalist religious community. You have the right to pretend nothing's wrong. You have the right to pretend that nobody was ever raped or sexually molested by a Unitarian Universalist minister. You have the right to pretend that the Unitarian Universalist Association doesn't cover up and hide such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape committed by Unitarian Universalist ministers. Yes, wallow in willful ignorance, wallow in psychological denial. How very, very, very Unitarian Universalist of you. So yes, classic example of willful ignorance and psychological denial on the part of some people attending the Unitarian Church of Montreal who just don't want to know about Unitarian Universalist clergy abuse and cover up and denial of Unitarian Universalist clergy abuse. In fact, they're engaging in denial in the sense of psychological denial. So anyhow, we got Phoebe here. So Phoebe, I reviewed the videos of the hose, and you actually were assisting in reeling out the hose and bringing it back in, if my videos are correct.
Sorry, what?
When they were erasing the chalk slogans, you were not erasing the chalk slogans yourself, but you were helping reel out the hose and reel it back in. So you don't know what I'm talking about? What I'm talking about is that when Chloe Hart,
I have no idea who that is.
You have no idea who Chloe Hart is?
No.
She's one of the church members who comes out and erases my chalk slogans. So in any case, I just wanted to let it be known to you that the video shows that you were assisting in that process. You were assisting in the cover-up and denial of Unitarian Universalist clergy abuse because you helped reel out the hose and reel it back in again. So you're not innocent. So that's, I believe Phoebe is her first name. Can't remember her last name. She's claiming she doesn't know who Chloe Hart is, which is kind of interesting. That's not impossible. I suppose it's not impossible that two younger members of a very comparatively small congregation don't know each other by name. So much for spiritual community. That's kind of ironic, you know, it says our spiritual community here, you know, welcomes, nurtures, and this young lady's claiming not to know who Chloe Hart is, even though she's another younger member of the congregation of the Unitarian Church of Montreal. So either she's lying, or either she's well, she got a new lock and she's having trouble with it. Yeah, well, so unfortunately, Phoebe, I mean, she was basically standing around being complicit in any case, you know, even if she had no active involvement in terms of helping with the erasure of my chalk slogans, she nonetheless sort of sat there and watched and let it happen, and that's complicity. You know, that's basically letting something happen. Oh, here comes, I don't know quite who. I suspect it's the new president, but I don't actually know with certainty what the guy's name is.
Morning.
So, let's see if he decides to try and erase my slogans. Oh, this is one of the people who's erased the slogans in the past. A fellow whose name I don't remember now, but it'll come back to me. Anyway, he is one of the Montreal Unitarians who has been actively involved in erasing my chalk slogans, which protest against Unitarian Universalist clergy abuse and Unitarian Universalist cover-up and denial of clergy abuse. So, yeah. Oh, you're looking really good. You're probably going to look really good in the Emerson Avenger blog pretty soon regarding your erasure of my chalk slogans. Oh, scratch your ass. Okay, that's good. Scratch your U asterisk U. I might even have some fun with that, sir. So this guy's expressing his disrespect for me by, you know, grabbing his ass and wiggling it or scratching it. I don't know what. Yeah, another Unitarian Universalist who's taking action in the world. You know, just one of. Oh, here he comes with the hose. So the hose man has arrived. The hose man is here to hide the fact that Unitarian Universalists cover up and deny pedophilia and rape committed by Unitarian Universalist ministers by erasing my chalk slogans. So we'll get a good video of Goomba here erasing my chalk slogan, which says Unitarians misuse blasphemy law to cover up child sex abuse. So this member of the Unitarian Church of Montreal is hiding the fact that Unitarian Universalists do in fact misuse Canada's blasphemy law in Bill Cosby style legal bullying that's intended to cover up and hide child sex abuse, specifically such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape committed by certain Unitarian Universalist ministers. So this man is a knowing and willful participant in cover up and denial of such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape committed by certain Unitarian Universalist ministers, such as Reverend Mac Wallace Mitchell, to name one. And this is in complete violation of the second... Oh, and look, Reverend Diane Rollett's out here smiling. Yeah, she's smiling, all happy. Very happy to see the chalk slogans being erased. So, yes, here she comes. The minister who claims to be very, very, very frightened of me is all happy, smiling. She's there, you know, she's like maybe 8 feet away. So, classic hypocritical Montreal Unitarian Universalist. We'll come back and get this guy erasing my chalk slogan. So, yeah, that one's gone. No worries though, because, you know, we do photograph this. It'll be going up on the Emerson Avenger blog and Twitter and so on. So that no longer existent chalk slogan will, you know, it has a record of it. So here he goes. He's going back now. So there's Diane, who in 2007, 2008 claimed in depositions to the police to be very, very frightened of me. She claimed to be in fear for her personal safety. She lied in court. She told provable lies in sworn testimony. I consider that to be perjury. Here we got John Ender, another person who erases my chalk slogans. And yes, they're erasing that one over here. And we got the guy in the kilt who's holding the hose. So basically got a whole bunch of Unitarians here actively involved in cover-up and denial of Unitarian Universalist clergy abuse, including clergy sex abuse. So we shall, we got David here. Hey David, feel free to post your pictures to your Facebook page or put them on Twitter or something. So that's David Rollert, the husband of the minister, Reverend Diane Rollert. So let's see now, we got 11 minutes. We got John Inder here, and we got David filming, very good. David, just so you understand, you are just as complicit as everyone else here in cover-up and denial of such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape committed by certain...
How long have you been here?
This morning?
I don't know. How many years have you been out here?
As many years as you foolish people have ignored my protest. Instead of... Oh, yes, you have. No, because if you actually practiced what Unitarian Universalism preaches...
You were here when I first came.
That's correct. And since 1998, this church has done absolutely nothing to deal responsibly with the reasons for my protest. That's why I'm still protesting. You've done... What is... Okay, tell me what the church did to deal responsibly with my protest.
I think that the minister wrote a letter to you. There was a public thing where you got to present your case.
Ah! You mean you're talking about the kangaroo court to throw me out of the church? I didn't get to present my case. Yeah, you're hilarious. Yeah. So, yeah, it's amazing the delusion these people wallow in. Self-created delusion. And, oh, it looks like they're going to do some kind of, looks like they're going to do some other kind of coming into the church ceremony. We got John Inder here with a hymn book. So it looks like they're going to sing their way into the church again like they did on the first official Sunday. So, yeah, so there's David Rollert filming things, which is fine by me. I mean, I'd love it if David would put his video on YouTube or put it on his Facebook page or put it on Twitter. In fact, maybe I'll get a different picket sign for David Rollert to have in his video. Let's see. Yeah, maybe my perversion of justice one will work nicely. Here you go, David. This is my Unitarian Universalist perversion of justice sucks ass picket sign. And unfortunately, you and Diane and other members of the church are actively involved in Unitarian Universalist perversion of justice. So I hope you're proud of yourself, David. I would say you're racing chalk slogans that tell the truth about clergy abuse cover-up is one form of perversion of justice. I would say misusing the criminal justice system to cover up and hide pedophilia and rape is another form of perversion of justice. And you, sir, are totally implicated in that. So, hope you're all very, very happy being outrageously hypocritical Unitarian Universalists. So, no, here's the other side of the sign for you, David. Unitarian Universalist slander and libel, suck you asterisk you might like that one too. Yeah. So yes, you know, they're mostly doing their best to pretend that I'm not even here, except for David who's filming me. But everyone else is like pretending that the protester is invisible, non-existent, and so on. So anyhow, so I guess at some point soon they're going to start singing some kind of song and going into the church. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Got 11 people out here. There are some inside the church, I know that. There's somebody in the window, that's Patrina Lee Poi, another person who's been actively involved in trying to shut down my protest here. So, yeah, it's not the total turnout this Sunday. segment of it, but I don't think there's a huge turnout. You know, I don't think there's a, 80 or 90 people in there at the moment. There's probably lucky if they've got 40 or so. So, that's it, huggy, lovey, yeah. So all of these people, every single one of them. Oh, and here comes Nancy Lorimer. Nancy Lorimer, a former employee of the Gazette. Not quite sure what her position was, but I have a feeling that Nancy Lorimer, along with other members of the church who were Gazette employees, including the Gazette's justice reporter Sue Montgomery and the Gazette's former religion reporter Harvey Shepard, and the Gazette's words columnist Mark Abley, wielded their influence within the Gazette to ensure that the Gazette never reported any aspect of this protest, really. There's never been any proper, fair and balanced news report. There was an opinion piece written by Arabella Bowen, who I have reason to believe may be a relative of a prominent Canadian Unitarian. So her hatchet job might well have been arranged